Also, I just realized that my Ooblets is not recording, so let me go ahead and fix that. Okay, you guys didn't miss anything. If you're watching this on the VOD, the recording is now active. Just started up, left off on the same day that we left off on 2 weeks ago on the last Ooblet stream, so literally just missed me planting the seeds that we got from the last couple of battles. That was it, so no worries. It's all you missed. Let's put some stuff away if I've got some stuff I can dump. We'll dump this. I think we have plenty of these that we can stack. Got some... What do we got in here that I can dump anything? Oh, my phone is going off. Okay, okay. Sounds good. Let's see. I edited last night's VOD before I uploaded it to YouTube, so that'll go live later tonight because I have to wait the 24 hours, obviously. But it is slightly edited, so if you were here for when it was live, you know what's missing. Otherwise, you didn't miss anything of note. I need to keep buying more storage. I can never have enough storage. I need like one giant closet. One day I'll update my house. I don't know when that will happen. Let's go see what the store has real quick before we go to bed for the night. Oh, there's also mushrooms. We'll take those. I don't know if we checked in with everybody, honestly, the last stream. So we'll say hi. I should also get some... Oh, do we need any wishies to be used? Am I done with wishy stuff, or... let's see. Space Heater Blueprint. Yeah, nothing really that I need there. Because I can buy some seeds. Or I can go buy seeds in the more expensive... I love how there's like a little friendly face on that sign. I love that. Oh, so I also was looking at other games before the stream. For potential future streams. Man, there are some cute, like, farming and wilderness-related games. There's too many. How do I choose? How do I choose? I do still, so I know months ago when I did the first N64 stream that I said I ideally want to do a Harvest Moon 64 stream because that was my all-time favorite Harvest Moon game. Like, I fucking was that kid who had a binder and I, like, made my own walkthrough guide and, like, had notes and calendars and... for all the in-game events and all the birthdays and what the characters liked most that you could give them, and I was that person. So I didn't want to ruin my original save file because I still do have my original save file. Because the game never really ends. Like, you can keep playing it even after you get married and have kids and stuff. Like, even after your house is done being upgraded, all of it. You can keep playing as long as you want. You can keep running a farm, you can keep selling stuff, because it's a life simulator. So, you can keep doing the annual festivals. It's just, I didn't want to, like, without having, like, a walkthrough, I didn't want to, like, tank my friendship rating or my relationship ratings with people. So, I have to see, because I don't remember, it's been such a long time, how many save files I can use on that game at once. Because if I can have multiple save files, we can start an all-new save file. And if it goes badly, I don't care, because it's for stream. But I just don't want to risk my original save file that's, like, really, really good. Because I know a lot of people love recipe mechanics in games, and Harvest Moon 64 was one of the earlier games in the 90s that if you became friends with somebody, you could find out things that they liked, and you could bring them that as a gift, and then they would go, oh, like if you were good enough friends, you could go, oh, here's this specific type of mushroom I found in the mountains in fall, like, do you like this mushroom? And they'd go, how did you know this is my favorite mushroom? This reminds me of a soup my mom used to make. And they would then give you their mother's secret soup recipe. And you would have a recipe book for food. And then if you had all the ingredients, you could go to your kitchen and cook all the food that you get recipes for. But, like, recipe gaining, like, you had to know the characters and you had to be friends with them. And some of the characters only showed up certain days, or they worked at certain places during the day and you had to, like, go to their jobs or catch them when they were between shifts. Or if they were traveling characters, you'd have to wait for the season where they come to town. So, I do still want to do that. I know we haven't done it in a minute, but I do actually want to do that. I just have to see how many save slots are ready. Now that I've updated my stream layout, like where my actual hardware is. It makes it a little bit easier to do the old school console hookup, because before I was running composite cables to adapters across my room to my screen, and just wasn't very easy. Now my screen is right next to my laptop, so I can, you know, plug in a GameCube or an N64 just as easily as I could plug in a Switch or a PlayStation, you know, or an Xbox or something. So that's an update on that as well. Hey, look at the fucking... How do I get those bitches? I want them. Oh, I want... So you get... So now you actually technically get extra Gleamies, because you get Gleamies in the Wildlands too. Oh, snap. That's awesome. Okay. I do want that side key, but I can't get it yet. I was coming in here to see if there was any of those pepper things that I always forget to come get, because I forget that they spawn here. Nothing? I don't see anything right now anyways. Nope. I don't know how often those spawn, so I'm like, I'll just come in here and check, and if they're here, they're here, and if they're not, they're not. I thought you could also, like, pick up these. Am I wrong? I thought there was something you could do. I mean, maybe I'm just crazy. No? Okay. Well, I came in here just to check for that. We have to do more goals for the Wildlands. Man, that sucks, because that would have been good timing. Because I'm on level 4, and I'm almost on level 5, but I need to be level 6 to get... And also, we're still trying to level everyone up to level 3, so we're going to put some people who are level 3 into the Wildlands, so we can continue to level people. Let's see, who else do we have? We have a durable that's level 3. Especially the common ones, like the Gleamies or the uncommons are at least, you know, a little different. Let's see, level 2, level 3. And that'll also open up some room on the farm for some of the new seeds that we've got going on, which is always good. We're going to keep the uncommon Clomper, or the Gleamy Clomper. I think he's the Gleamy one. We're going to keep the uncommon Clicky Claws for right now. Yeah, so we're going to hold on to them, and then we'll level some more people. We'll add some more people to the team, and then we'll continue to level everybody. Okay, not too bad, team. Not too bad. Not too bad. We can actually... Oops, didn't mean to click that. We can actually pull up some of these new friends that are ready to be... Because we got the pink Woodland, which is the uncommon Woodland. How dare you, you crude monkey creature. We have another Dumburb, which I think we got via a tournament, which we don't need a million Dumburbs, but we're slowly getting them. A Gloopy Longlegs, which is the regular one, I think. Yeah. And then, what else do we got? We have a Hermble. I mean, it said unlocked, but okay. Bristlebud. Glitching out into the abyss. That's the uncommon one of that. Listen, I need y'all to move so I can do stuff. We have the blue Hermble. Yeah, blue Hermble. Hermbles try really hard. Amen. They don't succeed, but they try. Little Grebin. Another Dumburb, because there's 8 million Dumburbs now. Does it auto-add when you hatch them? I think it does, right? Yeah. So, oh, we got some resources. Okay, we gotta go to bed because it's late. Otherwise, we're gonna be exhausted. Alright, to bed. We need to buy some furniture. I'm still sleeping on a damn cot like a fool. Like a fool. Yeah, we saw some good old Gleamies today during Gleamy Rain. I wonder how many days, like how random Gleamy Rain is, like what the stats are on that. And also have some mushrooms and shells I can drop off while I'm here, since we picked up some items. So let us drop off what we can. Oh, do I have 2 of these? Hold on. Let me fix that. Okay, drop those off, and then these need to go in here. Because I don't need 2 occupied slots with that. Perfect, okay. Usual. Oh my god, did we get Gleamy rain 2 days in a row? No, that's gotta be a glitch. That can't be right. That literally cannot be right. The icon says sun. Why do we have Gleamy rain? What? No, no, no. That can't be right. That's gotta be a glitch. That's gotta be a glitch. Always need nernies. Always breaking rocks. How's everyone doing over here? Everyone okay? Glanter's just chilling with an ice cream. Okay. Let's go try to level up some of this squad. There's no way that there's actual Gleamy rain. This has got to be a glitch, right? 2 days in a row just seems really unlikely. And the icon just shows sun, though. Oops. Yeah. Let's see. What do y'all got to say? Anything interesting? No. Ooh, it is Gleamy rain. Holy shit, how did we get Gleamy rain 2 days in a row? What do I need? I need 2 Muzz. Oh, man. Okay, we're about to have a time. I can't even believe the odds of that. Okay, so we need to get some Muzz from the farm. I'm gonna run around the beach real quick and just see if there's anything I need to pick up here. Nothing of excitement on the beach. Let us go get some Muzz. We're gonna run up here and just see if anything else is interesting going on. Talk to some people. Leave it to a police officer to walk up and push a witch out of the way in the middle of a conversation. Got some bean juice, though. I'll take that bean juice. Talk to her. Okay, let us go get the Muzz. Oh, what's the goal for the, add 1 more Mamunia Ooblet to the Wildlands. Okay. Who do we got? We got, I mean, not Dumber, what's his name? Hermble. Oh, we don't have Hermble with us. Who's from Mamunia? Mamunia, none of these are from Mamunia, but I can take somebody out, right? Oh, because my farm is full, I can't take them out. Shit, hold on. We're going to make this work. Let's throw regular Clicky Claws in there because we don't need 800 Clicky Claws. And then let's take out Bristlebud or one of the other Mamunia Ooblets. Who else is in there? Bristlebud's in there. Furmo's in there. Yeah, let's take out Let's take out this Bristlebud for right now. And then throw them in real quick. I know this seems weird, but this is how this works. We need to level up this Wildlands update. Okay, Bristlebud, blah blah. Oh, I need to add... What? Oh, I need to have 4 total. I got you. Okay. I need to go get somebody from the farm then, because... Okay, I got you. I don't think anybody else in my party is from that region, so I have to go get someone. Let's see. Let's run through the old farmy No, that's not what I'm trying to do, Glandra. I'm trying to click on the house. I love you, but you in the way. No. No. Let's see. Nope. stuck on a log that I can't see. Hermble, you suck. Come with us. Oh, actually, let me get the Muzz while I'm over here. That would be a good idea. Need Muzz for the Gleamy. I'm pretty sure I have Muzz in storage. Yes, I do. 69. Nice. Okay, let's go do that. Sorry, my allergies are a little bleh. A little bleh. Okay, before we dump him off, we're gonna go in for the battle. And hopefully our low-ass team can... And we have a couple level 3s. Let's throw in some of the higher level ones. My phone keeps going off. Holy crap, that was fast. It says the order is on the way and should be here probably in like less than 20 minutes. So that's really fast. Thank you again, April, for that. Okay, let's try with that team. Hopefully we will win. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Stun an opponent team. Stun a random Ooblet from either team. Earn 4 points. Earn 2 points. Let's just go ahead and stun them to start it off with and give us a little bit of advantage. And then let's do... We can do 6 points, which isn't great, but it's not nothing either. Okay. We can add a fluster. Steal 2 points, gain a hype. Earn 7 points, earn 2 points. Let us do... Do I want to put a hype or do I want to put a fluster? I should go ahead and get the fucking hype, right, early on. And then use it to get... I'm trying to think of how to best use this. So I can earn 8 points and burn all of my points. Or I can earn 3 points and add a fluster. You know, I'm going for the 8. Fuck it. This is going to be hopefully not a super long battle. All moves your turn cost 1 beat. Okay. Stun a target. Okay. Earn 1 point. Okay. They didn't do too much damage. Earn 1 point. Okay, okay. Okay, that wasn't too horrible. Let's see. So we can do gain 6. 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Let's do that. So let's do... Add a fluster. Gain 6. Gain 3. Gain 3. Add a fluster. I'm glad I put a freaking hype up. That levels it out. Stun target for 2 turns. Boo. Earn 0 points. Earn 0 points. Okay, let's see. Got a lot of options here. Well, we don't want to steal 3 because they don't have 3. So we can do 6, and we could do can we do all of those? No, we can do almost all of those though. So let's do earn 6, and then earn 4. We're almost there. We're very close. Unless they steal points from us, we are so close. Right there. If they steal points on the next turn, then that would suck. But we've got a lead. Gain 2 points in a hype. Stun target. Add 1 fluster. Let's see. We only need like 2 points, right? So yeah. I think after stream today, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do some anime book club viewing. What's up, small dog? What do you need? He rarely comes to my door during stream. He usually just barks at the other end of the house, but he's creeped up to my door and he's staring at me. It's not time for you to eat. I think the dogs are confused because Nini needs constant care. Like, I'm giving her like food to hide her medicine in, and I'm giving her like special food to hide her medicine in so that she'll want to eat it. Because if I just hand it to her, she's gonna spit it the hell out and run away. So they don't understand that like she's getting all this other stuff because it's not really an option. What? Okay. This is so weird. So I don't normally order food via... Oh my god. Why do they ask questions? So, like I said last night on stream, when you guys order, it sends a default message to the delivery driver of, like, where to leave the food outside. And I have them leave it on the outside of the gate so that they don't have to... First off, our gate is very weird, and a lot of people struggle to open it because they don't understand the mechanic for it. It's not, like, a super common gate, I guess. You technically can only open it from one side. So a lot of people, A, struggle to open the gate. And then B, we have multiple dogs. So, like, for someone to come up to the door, A, it gets all the dogs crazy, which then it's, like, impossible to calm them down because they've seen a person in their yard and they want to go nuts. So I put a note, just leave it at the gate, because I'll come out when you leave and take it, and then you don't have to deal with the dogs. The dogs don't see a person inside our yard to react to. And every time that they get this notice, they either ignore it and come in the gate anyways, and come, like, right up to the front door and knock, or they message or call me and they're like, "Hi, I'm your delivery person. I saw the note to leave it at the gate, but why am I doing this? Why do you need an excuse? I have COVID. Like, what kind of excuse do you need? That I have the plague?" Like, it's just such a weird thing. Like, as somebody who's worked in customer service and in food, if somebody tells me, like, hey, leave the pizza on the front step, because they've already been paid, it's not like they're waiting to be tipped or something. Like, just set it down and leave, my dude. You should be thrilled you don't have to interact with a stranger who's probably not in the mood. like, most people here are not nice to delivery people. I am, I'm nice to delivery people I order, but, like, you've been prepaid. You've been instructed where to leave the food. Leave the food where you were instructed to leave it. I don't know why they feel that they need an excuse. Like, that's so strange to me. Why can I not pick up this fucking mushroom? I'm just trying to pick up this mushroom. And it keeps looping me around to the cliff. So this guy is texting me. I'm assuming he's either outside or close by, because the restaurant isn't that far. And he's like, why the fuck am I leaving it at the gate? Like, maybe because I don't need 3 dogs going absolutely insane. And I don't want to have to try and wrangle them in the middle of a stream. Like, what do you care? Set it down, walk away. It's called contactless delivery. Every single delivery app, it's a built-in option. And you choose where to have the person leave it. You can have it leave it at their front door, or, at the side door, or whatever. I used to have them leave it at the garage door, but there's a giant cactus there, and I'm like, I'm just waiting for somebody to get hurt on this giant fucking cactus, and then it'd be a problem. So I'm like, you know what? Just leave it outside the fence. That's fine. If my neighbor steals my delivery food, it's a slim-ass chance. Because my neighbors know that, like, A, my mom's crazy, and B, there's cameras. So, like, if you had the nerve to walk up to my front of my house... No, not... Oh my god, this guy is messaging me more. He's like, at the security gate? There is no security gate. If you're leaving at a security gate, you're leaving it at the wrong neighborhood. Oh my god. Like, he's not even here yet if he's asking these questions. Like, what, you were gonna refuse to leave it at security? If there was a security gate? Like, don't you think if I was having you leave it with a security guard, I would be like, hey, there's gonna be a gate, the guy's gonna ask why you're here, leave it with him, he'll call me, I'll come get it, blah, blah. Like, it doesn't say any of that. It just says, leave it at the gate. Like, it's so weird. Like, you're not even here yet. Why are you asking me 50 questions? Are you on the run from the police and doing delivery driving? Like, what is the end game of the questions? Now, if you got to where the GPS sent you and then you were like, oh shit, this is a problem. Okay, fair enough, but just drive to the fucking house and leave it outside the fence. And then just go, hey, I left your food outside. And I'll go, cool, bro. I'll watch you leave and I'll go outside and get my food. It's so funny. Like, I don't know why. Only with Grubhub do I have these issues. Because Stream Treat doesn't give you the option of where you can have your stuff delivered. So you have to use Grubhub, at least where I live. It depends on your area. But it's like here, like, I never use Grubhub for delivery. There always seems to be problems with the drivers. So I just use other apps. But for Stream Treat, you have to use Grubhub. So it's like every driver has problems. I don't know what it is. And it turned out, so I had said yesterday that somebody pocket dialed me and then said a whole bunch of muffled stuff that was totally unintelligible. And it was the driver from last night as well. That's what that was. I looked after the fact, after the stream, and I was like, yup, that's the driver. That was the driver who, like, somehow either pocket dialed me or called me but had the world's worst phone service. And it was like, seriously? Like, what is up with these Grubhub drivers? Like, I appreciate the service and I always tip my drivers well, but like, just, I mean, it gives you the instructions when you pick up the order. It tells you where to go. It gives you GPS exists. Like, guys, Gleamy Hermball, and I thought he was gonna be like crazy colored. He's like white or like bright yellow. What? He's like, oh my god, he's got like stripes and stuff. He's got like a fucking old man tan. Oh my god, look at this shit. Okay. Let's put our big ones in, and then whatever space we have left, we'll put in somebody else. Okay. That's wild. Okay. So I'll just watch my text and see if he gets lost or gives my food to somebody else, because I can already tell this one's gonna be a fun one. He keeps messaging me, and it's like, I understand you might be lonely in COVID, but please, I'm not here to have a full conversation with you via text. Like, why am I leaving it at the gate? What kind of gate? Where am I going? Like, oh my god, you haven't even picked up the food yet, dude. Calm down. It's so funny. April, as convenient as delivery is, sometimes you're not missing out on the... Oh my god, he's messaging me more. Wait a second. Is he for real? Hold on. I might have to mute my mic for a second. Hold on. Hold on. Be right back. He keeps messaging me. Gamers, I am cracking up. So he messages me again, and he's like, hey, mind you, this is all in one text chain. He keeps texting me. This isn't in the app, this is just via text. And he's like, hey, this is your Grubhub driver, insert his name here. I've left your order outside your front door. And in my head, I'm like, after he specifically asked about the gate thing, he still came to the front door. So then I kind of like poke my head out the hallway to see if I see anything outside the front door I'm at the other end of the house. And I'm like, well, it doesn't look like he's at the door. So I'm like, maybe he means outside the gate. And then I go to like kind of look, and his car is just like sitting outside the front of my house. And I'm like, is he waiting for me to come out? I'm not coming out. Like, it's contactless delivery. Why do these people insist on like trying to make physical contact with you and hand you the food? Like, you've already been tipped, my dude. Like, like just put the food down and step away, get in your car and leave. So then 2 pictures show up on my phone. One of the front of my house, like my whole house, and then another picture of the ground of where he put the food. And I'm like, okay, thank you, have a good day. And he's like, you too. And I'm like, okay, please leave so I can go outside without the fear of you, like, shanking me or something. Because that is a thing here that happens. Like, people... I've had Uber drivers before that see the neighborhood across the street from me, which is a much higher-end neighborhood than where I live. Like, I do not live in a, quote-unquote, like, rich neighborhood or nice neighborhood or anything. I live in a normal... like working class neighborhood, mostly older people, like retired people and stuff. Not big homes, not 2-story houses, no private, like, you know, tennis courts or, you know, whatever. And like people come to my neighborhood and they're like, wow, what kind of job do you do? Your neighborhood is really nice. And I'm thinking, like, you're talking about the neighborhood across from us. Those houses are rich people. Please don't case my neighborhood to break in. Like, people, like, they'll creep around in their car and, like, literally, like, look at all the houses in the yards and stuff, and I'm like, please stop being so creepy about it. Like, it's one thing to just be like, wow, you have a really nice house. Like, that's one thing, but, like, people get really weird about it, and we do have a really big issue locally of, like, delivery people, or people pretending to be delivery people, or fake Uber drivers, like, kidnapping people or breaking into people's houses when they come to your door and shit, like... So I'm like, no, if it's contactless delivery, I'm not coming out there while you're parked in front of my door. Like, I'm waiting for you to get in your car and leave. That's why it's contactless delivery. Go away. Please leave. Make sure he gives you your drink. It looks like there was a drink in the photo. I'm gonna go see if he left and try to grab the food because it's outside, so hold on one more second. Okay, sorry for the delay. I am back. Food is acquired. Drink was included. He finally left, so I went out and grabbed it, and then of course the dogs were like, oh, you're going outside, which means we need to go outside, which isn't a problem, but Panini in her current state with her brain situation, she's not exactly the quickest to run out, go to the bathroom, and come back in. She's now kind of like aimlessly wandering and then like not knowing where to go back inside, so I have to kind of like sheep herd her around the yard slowly, but she's also like, you know, she's not exactly in a hurry, so that was why it took so long, but I am back. Okay, so food is acquired. Thank you again so much, April. They did include the drink and a straw this time, which is also helpful because when you drink boba, if you do not have a straw big enough for boba, it makes it kind of interesting to drink. Okay, back to our Ooblets. Man, my phone is like really blowing up and I don't know why. Hopefully it's not this guy again. Nope, okay, it's junk. Boop, let me just wipe this real quick so my phone doesn't keep flashing at me. Alright, let's see. We are trying to get the Gleamy Humble. So, let us continue. We have 6 points to start with. We can earn 7 and stun the team, so maybe we'll do that. Also, they don't normally put broccoli in with the udon, but they threw broccoli in today. I don't know if that was like an extra or a mistake, but I'm not complaining because I will take some broccoli with my chicken. That's like an extra bonus. Usually it's just peppers and like a handful of like green beans, and then the chicken and the noodles. And today they were like, broccoli, sure, why not? And I was like, I'll take it. I'm not gonna complain about broccoli. Let's see. Gain 1 hype, earn 4 points, stun a random ooblet. Well, we should take the hype. Bonus broccoli. Did you ever eat your squash that you were making, April, or is it still cooking? I don't know how long squash takes, whatever you're making with your squash. I feel like it's been a while. I feel like it should be long cooked and eaten at this point. Oh yeah, you said you ate yourself into a coma, right? Is that what you said? Am I thinking of the right day? My brain just jumbles all of the days together at this point. Let's see. There's no points to steal, so we will use this. I think you said you were making like stuffed squash or filled squash or something like that. What do you fill it with? I guess is the follow-up question. Let's gamble. Let's try it. Okay. Good first turn. Okay. It's a very yellow team that we're fighting. Stun opponent team. Gain 2 points. Well, 2 points is free, but we want to use hype first. Let's see, that's free, so we'll use that. And then, what do we got left? We have 3 left, so we can either stun the team for another full turn, or we can earn 8 points. We'll take the 8 points. Hermble's pretty, he's like a self-deprecating sort of ooblet. Like, he usually hurts his own team more than helps, so I don't expect them to magically win at this point. We're pretty stacked, so... Hey, Sheep Lattes, welcome. We're fighting for a Gleamy Hermble. Okay, let's see. We can get another beat, so we'll do that. What else do we got? We have 6. We have quite a few beats, so let's go for another hype. I found my first Gleamy. Nice! So, so this is actually kind of weird. So the last stream that we did in Ooblets, we had a Gleamy Rain, which is like what you're seeing on screen right now, is that rainbowy meteorite-looking thing. So Gleamy Rain means that in every section of the game you can get at least one Gleamy. So one in Badgetown, one in the Wildlands, one in Mamunia, one in Nowhere. And then we started today's stream, and we got Gleamy Rain the very next day. We went to sleep and woke up to more Gleamy Rain. So I'm going around to all the locations to get Gleamies. Our first Gleamy was a Dumburb, and now our second Gleamy is going to be this Hermble, and then we're going to go to Nowhere and see what Gleamy we can get there. Yeah, Gleamy Rain seems pretty rare because this is only my third time since I've been playing the game for a couple of months now that I've gotten Gleamy Rain. So yeah, I don't think it's super common. I've only seen it 3 times, twice being back-to-back, which is kind of insane. But yeah, if you ever see shiny-looking things falling from the sky like this, that's what that means. Go to all the regions, get all the Ooblets. Nice, and we win the shiny Hermble. So now we've got all 3 Hermbles. Not that he's a good fighting buddy, but he's, you know, at least we've gotten him. And you got a shiny, Gleamy Oogum. Nice. We're leveling up some low levels still. Dropping people into the Wildlands. Nice, leveled up. Also leveled up. For a second I was like, where's the card? There we go. Lose 5 points, gain 2 beats. Okay. And yes, we want the Gleamy Seed. Of course we do. He's got like Farmer's Tan. Perfect. Gleamy Hermble Seed. Okay, now we gotta go to Nowhere and see what requirements we need to get the Gleamy there for today. Pick up all of our gears while we're here. Perfecto. Okay. Gleamy acquired. To Nowhere to check out what other Gleamies await us. I can't believe we had 2 Gleamy Rains back to back. I'm gonna pray. I know I'm not gonna luck out. I need the Gleamy Elixir still. So we'll see who our Gleamy is. But I would kill for that Gleamy Elixir. There's a lot of elixirs out too, which means I'm not gonna hold my breath. But how wild would it be? Oh, a Gleamy Chickading-Ding. I don't think we have that. Right? Wait, where's Chickading-Ding on here? Yeah, we only have the uncommon. Sorry, I had a really bad sudden cough all of a sudden. It was like, let me just mute my mic while I cough to death. Oof. Okay, so we need some stuff to get these Chickading-Dings. Oh my god, I'm gonna choke to death on nothing. Pardon. We need some Globlobs. So we have to get some Globlobs and we'll come back for these good Gleamy Chickading-Dings. We'll look for some stuff while we're here. And while I choke to death. Choke to death live on camera. We're on microphone, I guess, technically, because the camera's not turned on right now. Any more gems? Gemmies? No gemmies back here today? Slams into every single... I'm too fast for my own good. I can't even walk. I'm just like ramming into things at full speed. Let's see. Anything in the back here today? I don't hear anything. Okay. I guess we can only be so lucky. So I said we need globlobs, right, for the chickading-dings. So we're gonna head home and get some globlobs, and we'll come back. While I'm here, I'm gonna buy some seeds, I think, because I think I have enough money. Oh, there is a gem back there. I thought I heard a twinkle somewheres. I only need one. Okay. So one globlob. I'm sad it's not the elixir, but I will take anything. I'm gonna buy a couple of seeds if I have enough money to. These are really fucking expensive too, but we do need them to cook things. So, oof. These things rinse you in terms of price. All right, bought a few of those. We'll go home. We'll get some globlobs. We'll come back. As I choke on my own existence. All right. Let us go to the Globlob Emporium. I don't know if I have any that are pre-made. I don't think I do. Yeah, go ahead, lurk away. Lurk away. I don't think I have any globlobs put away. Let me just double check before I... Oh, I do. How about that? How lucky. And we'll plant some stuff before we go back. All you will miss is me choking to death. It's the excitement of today's stream. Me choking on nothing. It's not even like I'm eating. I'm just unable to breathe like a person. I don't know how I've made it this far into life with my inability to breathe like a human. Sorry, my bike's kind of in the way of where I need to see the screen, so I'm like trying to lean around. Okay, we're gonna plant all these seeds while we're here. Seeds. Plant that, plant this. What else? Wish I could delete this, but I can't. Okay. Let's plant up a storm here, and well, then move out of the way. How about that? Oh, I got a wishy for planting some stuff. I would like to do something here, but everyone keeps moving into the same spot. Please move, thank you. Okay, next thing. Okay. Planting up a storm. Plant you up there. And then we have these to plant. Just plant it right there, out of the way. Okay, good enough. Alright, we planted everything. We're good to go. We're gonna go back to nowhere to get our good Gleamy child. There's also mushrooms, which I'll grab. And we'll go back to nowhere. See the big boy running around in the background back there. He's having the time of his life. Alright. Chick-a-ding-ding battle. Aw, little pink goober. Okay. Level 3s, obviously. We want all the level 3s. We'll throw in... Yeah, we'll throw in some level 2s, and that should be enough. It's always hard fighting a stacked team, because you never know, like, how good their moves are going to be against yours, necessarily. Let's see if we can gain a hype. We should probably start off with a hype. A hype is always a good way to go. 3 left, so we can do... Yeah, it's not too bad. We'll take that to start. Yeah, the Gleamy Clomper's pretty cute. And we'll add a Fluster to their team. Why not? Okay, not a terrible first turn. Gives 2 points every time. Oh, that's a... They're all gonna have that, right? That's gonna be a rough thing. They're gonna be able to stack points really fast. Shit. Stun opponent for 1 turn. They all have the same move, so it doesn't really matter who I stun. Let's see. Lose 4 points and get... Hell no. Earn 3 points, earn 5 points. So let us risk this. And see what we get. Okay, okay. So we can do... Let's see... 9, 12... That's not bad. Steal their few points that they do have. And earn 5 points on top. And we're not going to do that because it's not worth it to me. Oh my god, they have a wipe 7 points card? Fuck me. Oh my god, they're going to be able to win this so easily. This sucks. I need somebody with a good stun card to have a stun card, please. Because this is going to suck fucking hard if they can just remove all my points every turn. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I'm going to need to stack my hype. I'm going to need to stack the Fluster. Oh man, this sucks. This is a rough team to be up against of all Chickading-dings. I can't steal any points because they don't have any points. Oh no. This is going to be a rough battle. This is going to come down to the wire, I think. Hopefully I can stack more Fluster on them. That would really help. Yeah, that card... Man, you know what? Chickading-ding's pretty OP, I will say. They have some really good cards that pair well together. To remove 7 points, to double your points from playing cards, like all that kind of stuff is really good. Stack all the hype I fucking can. Steal up to 6 points, earn 5 points out of move. So let's go ahead and try that and see what we get. If we get lucky with anything exciting. That was a pretty good pull, not gonna lie. Earn 9 points. They're gonna steal it all, but they're gonna make me get rid of it, but I will take it for the time being. Because, like, I can earn a lot in 1 turn if I stack my cards well, but if they can keep removing 7 points at a time, that's really rough. They're playing a relatively stupid hand until that card. Let's see what else. Stun an opponent. We'll always take a free stun. Who would say no to a free stun? Let's see, we got earn 7, add a move. So we do 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're gonna burn it and hope to get lucky. Stun opponent team, and I can burn all my points. Oh man, no, it's not worth it. Okay, so we're gonna grab a hype. We gotta stack the hype, and then we can get 8 and 6 with the rest of our points, which isn't terrible. We're close. We're so close. I know that they're gonna rip those 7 points away, but we are right there at the cusp of winning this. Wow, actually got a few points on their side finally. Oh, they didn't. Oh my god, we got so lucky with that. Because they could have easily all like had the 7 points removal cards, and that would have just taken us right back to like 2 turns ago. Our green Clicky Claw is leveled up. Clomper leveled up. Our green Nam Nam did not. Backup Shrumbo did level up. So yeah, I'm basically leveling everyone up to at least level 3 and then dumping them in the Wildlands, except for like a handful. And of course we are going to take a seed from the Gleamy. Yes, please. That constipated face. I love that he does like the Running Man, but he has like stumpy little legs. Nice. Okay. Wasn't Elixir, but I'm gonna take it. Alright. Now we can head back to Badgetown since we've gotten our Gleamies for the day. I haven't checked the Discord recently to see if there's any update on Port Forward. I know that they got backed up as soon as the devs had a baby, so I'm sure it'll probably be a minute, but I'm hoping that by summer we'll have Port Forward as an update. But I guess we will see with time. In the meantime, I will just try to collect all of the good children of Oob World. Some more mushrooms. All right, well, let's check in here. Who do we have? So Nam Nam is level 3. Oh, we should do the daily tournament actually too while we have a team on us. Leveling up Hermble is hard because Hermble fucking sucks. So I'm probably not gonna really level him up. Probably just gonna deposit him and take somebody else out. Cause he's too harmful for being useful. Hey, we got a lumberjack hat and beard set. The next level will unlock the pond region, which will be nice. I think that's the next fishing region that we get. Let's go by the farm and just pick somebody up real quick to replace Hermble, and then I will. Oh, nice. Hey, Iris. Yeah, I just found out about that today from April. She was like, "Oh, go on your stream and see if you can see this," and I was like, "I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I had never heard of it before." And so then I looked into it and I was like, "Oh, okay," because I use Firefox on my computer. I wish the pronoun extension worked on mobile. Yeah, it's just if you're not. I mean, if you use Firefox or Chrome on mobile, it should theoretically. Like if you don't watch Twitch on the Twitch app, if you watch Twitch on a browser on your phone, it should work. That was strange. Oh, I hit send and everything froze. Oh no. So the only thing about the pronouns extension, I tweeted about it earlier. I'm gonna add the shortcut down below on my Twitch panels when I update my Twitch panels this month, because I didn't know about it. I would have had it there in the first place. But you can use a Chrome or Firefox extension to show your pronouns next to your handle on Twitch in chat. It does not show up to other people unless they also have the extension, and you cannot see other people's unless you have the extension. So, for example, I have mine set, but you will only see them if you have the extension yourself. And then you can choose from a whole list of options. There's lots of options from a drop-down. I don't know if they're going to work on adding more options or if they're going to update things, but it's pretty cool, at least as a starting thing. I don't know if there's other similar extensions. I'm sure that's not the first person to think of something along those lines. I had never heard of it before. I had never heard it mentioned by anyone, so I don't know how well known it is as an extension, but I'm definitely going to like spread it around to my friends who stream and stuff, because obviously if people talk about it on stream or link to it, then more people are likely to install and use it. Let's see what we got. Do that. Look at our little Gleamy Glanter from the other day. He's so cute. We got a Fripp, who's hidden behind the heater. But so the only thing is, as a streamer, is that it's not, the extension doesn't work with OBS itself or with streaming software. It only works on Twitch. So like on screen on my stream, you can't see the pronouns because OBS does not detect that. Only Twitch is. So if I'm on my physical Twitch chat, I can see it all. But otherwise, it doesn't show up on my on-screen chat. And there's no workaround for that right now. I don't know if they're going to make it OBS compliant or if it's just going to stay a Twitch thing. But either way, it's still a very cool extension. We shall see in time. Okay, let us go do the battle barn for the day. Can I hatch anyone else? I don't have any space left. Okay. Because I'm very exhausted, and it's almost the end of this day. In-game, that is. My character is exhausted, and it is almost the end of the day. Also, we should buy some storage, but it might be too late to buy storage. Is it too late to buy storage? Nope, store's still open. People like a thing I don't like, and I really don't like that. I hate that it's just Mildew and his stupid fucking complaints. Like, this is his Twitter feed. It's like, please stop. How much is this? 150? I am broke as a joke, my dude, because I spent money on seeds. So I literally cannot buy more storage right now. Yeah, it's always Mellow. He's such a douche. There's not even a nice way to put it. He's just a douche. Alright, let's take our sleepy ass into the battle barn. Let's see what today's battle prize is. It's a freebie battle, and the thing is a Snurfler seed. Okay, I'm pretty sure we have Snurfler. Snurfler's the one that looks like Zoidberg, right? Let's see. Let us send in a big boy to start off with. I keep having the site log up. The only change was the extension. I might have to experiment and see if it's causing issues on Chrome. Oh yeah, I don't use Chrome, so I have no idea. And I only just installed it before stream, so I have no experience with it personally. Fingers are also locked up. They're like, nope. Your fingers are like, we must reserve our action for work, not for Twitch. Okay, end of turn, please. Add a move to your hand. You bastard! I can't believe you've done this. Extra creaky chair time. They need to let me procrastinate the way I want to, damn it. One could dream. So I might go like, let's see, what time is it? It's like 4:30-ish. So I might go until about 5, so maybe like another 30 or so minutes. And, we'll call it there. Because originally I was only going to do, what time? Like 2 to 4, but I'm feeling the Ooblets thing, and since my head isn't hurting today, I am down to stream. I do eventually, like, want to stream longer hours. I'm just, like, with my schedule, it's just been chaotic between everything that's happened the last, like, 3 months. I am trying to get back on the horse with it being regularly scheduled and longer streams, and holy crap, he played a lot of cards. Is this fucking Wurlitzer about to beat my ass because he fucked me with this card pull? Or no, he has played himself, for I have earned 10 points. Thank God. If he won, I would have been sad. But yeah, so I do also, this week with the dog kind of backed me up on the coffee video recording, so I do still need to play catch up, hopefully next week with that. Presumably, nothing else will come up and interrupt that schedule, because now I'm backed up on that again. Alright, round 2. Oh, I don't know if we've seen that color of, Greben or Greben yet. Okay, let's see. Let's send in a level 1 and a level 4, or level 3, I mean. Let's see. We don't really need to gain a beat. Still 3 points, rifle points, rifle points. Okay. I'm still stuck on that we got 2 Gleamy Rains back to back. That's pretty crazy. No points to steal. Earn 10 points after 2 points of warm-up. Oh, no. Gain a beat. Oh. why is this battle so difficult? Usually, like, the AI battles are pretty easy. These people are going hard. Earn 20 points! Oh, hell no. We're about to be fucked. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know if that's gonna help any, but we're gonna do it. I do need to get... there's so much I need to do. Like, this weekend I'm supposed to talk to Tim about work stuff, because there's a job opening that I want his assistance with. There's, So I need to do some work stuff. I need to do coffee stuff. I need to do some Twitch stuff, behind-the-scenes Twitch stuff. How far am I? I am only a mere few points away. So we might actually be safe. Yay. Obviously still doing dog care. There's just so much to do, and I feel like no matter how many times I, like, schedule things or try to, like, do, like, time management stuff to, like, get more stuff done, just, like, between the living situation and everyone else in the house's schedule and the dog stuff and then things that keep coming up that are unexpected or out of my control, it's like, I'm just trying to get, like, stuff done, and I feel like, every time I make the attempt, it's like, no. No productivity for you. Yes, it's Tim you know, or I assume you know Tim. Do you know Tim? PA Tim? RTX PA Tim? I always assume everyone knows each other from the RTX crew, but obviously there's hundreds of people, so I'm sure not everyone knows everyone. Yeah, I think he's a CPA. Yeah. I assume you know each other. Yeah. Yeah, he's, I was referred to asking for his assistance for something, so me and him aren't, like, we know each other, because obviously we were both PAs, but we don't actually communicate, like, I don't think we've ever had an actual conversation in our lives, and not because there's anything wrong with him, I'm just very shy and antisocial and awkward, and I just don't reach out to people very often. Yeah, we tax folk like to hang around each other. I mean, at least you understand the struggle of the business together, if nothing else. Good resources and such. But, yeah, Marcy actually was like, hey, you know, Tim saw this job posting and thought of you, and then she sent me the link, and I was like, oh, I thought it was weird that, like, he didn't send it to me, and I was like, she was like, oh, he's been busy, but we were talking about it, and I was, you know, she's like, I was just like, I'll DM it to you, and I was like, okay. And then I looked at it, and I was like, oh, like, this isn't really a job that I could do unless somebody was gonna train me from scratch. And usually jobs like that, that's not what they're looking for. Like, they don't want to have to train you. They want you to come in with at least most of the knowledge, and then them just show you, like, their way of doing things. So, he's still a baby in the tax world. Okay, fair enough. Well then, if anything else, you're maybe a helpful resource for him to ask questions to or something. Like, is there anything I don't need to do right now? Yes, exactly. That's how I feel every single day. Like, even when I'm doing something productive, I feel like there's 18 other productive things I should be doing. Like, right now, yes, I'm streaming, which for me is considered productivity, because obviously it is one of my sources of income and whatnot. And at the same time, I'm like, I'm doing 3 loads of laundry in the background, and I'm taking care of the dog, and I'm, you know, doing this and that, and yeah, I don't know what the deal is with Twitch. I don't know if it's just because it's been so busy during, like, COVID, like, so many people are on it, that it's just been, the specific servers are having problems, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, I just, I messaged him a long, nice, awkward, probably message, and I was like, hey, you know, thank you for thinking of me. I can't really apply to that job. It's not really in my wheelhouse remotely, and you kind of do need experience or knowledge, one of the two, and I don't have either in that specific field. And then I was like, I did see another posting, though, that was maybe something you could help me with, because, like, where I went to school, we weren't prepped for the job world. We weren't prepped for college when I went to high school. Like, they didn't even teach you, like, how to apply to go to college, or, like, how to do an interview, or how to make a resume, or a cover sheet. So, like, that's all stuff I never really formally learned. And, like, all the people I know, or at least I knew growing up, like, they all just worked, like, regular, you know, like, crappy day jobs. They didn't have, like, careers. So to turn to somebody I know or knew previously and be like, hey, help me write my resume better, or help me write a good cover letter, like, they never had to do that either. So, like, all of my jobs in the past were, like, up through college, I worked in retail, I worked in the food industry, I worked customer service, like, I worked at Disney World and stuff. And then right after college is when I got my office job. And that's the only office job I've ever had. So let's see. I removed the extension, so we'll see if it was that. Yeah, good luck. Maybe it is. But so he said if this weekend, if I wasn't too busy, since he knows I'm dealing with the dog and everything, that maybe he could help me, like, clean up my dusty ass resume, help me with cover letter questions and stuff, and then hopefully help me sway it in the way of being able to potentially get an interview, if not a job. Because I am applying for jobs, obviously, but so is, like, everyone else on Earth. Like, everyone's applying for remote work. So it's difficult when you're going up against, like, 100,000 people at a time. So if I can get, like, somebody who has a way to, hey, I know this person, they're a hard worker, they're smart, they're not a big dummy, they'll do the job, blah, 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 and I have the experience. Because this other position I actually have knowledge and experience towards. So it's like, I don't even care how much it pays. I really just, like, need a job. Like, when you broke, I don't care if it pays me $10 an hour. I mean, I would prefer to make decent pay, but I would take $10 an hour over no dollars an hour, because being unemployed and running out of money in COVID is hard times when the bills do not get put on hold. And I laugh because everyone's like, oh, well, you know, that tax, you're getting that stimulus check. And I'm like, okay, cool. That stimulus check lasts, like, literally 5 seconds. I breathe in and out and the stimulus check is gone. Like, it's not that I'm shopping up a storm or anything. It's just life, dude. Like, bills and stuff. What is the job, if you don't mind me asking? So this job that I'm potentially going to apply for is an e-commerce adjacent customer service job. So it would be, like, using online chat or online, like, email clients to deal with, like, I guess, I don't know how to phrase it, but, like, grouped, like, department-wide customer service, where, like, you kind of, like, call dibs on a gig, and then you mark it as complete when you're done or whatever, so you, like, have accountability for your job. So it's something kind of like that. I don't really know, in terms of the e-commerce side, like, what the exact, like, store is. If it's just, like, merchandise, like, regular merch, like, t-shirts and mugs or something, I have no idea. But I saw the posting and I was like, well, I can do customer service. I have world-class customer service training. I worked at fucking Disney World, and not only did I work at Disney World, I was a customer-facing person at Disney World, and I got multiple what they call Great Service Fanatic awards at Disney World, which means other people who work there or management has to refer you for, like, going extremely out above and beyond for the guests. And it's like, I have so many handbooks and so many orientations and so many tests and experiments, and, like, you know, they have cameras on you 24/7. Like, listen, I can do customer service. Now I wish I could hire you. Why, do you need somebody to do e-commerce customer service or customer service in general? But yeah, like, I've done so much retail, I've done so much food stuff, and, like, I'm not above doing, like, a day job like that. It's not that I think I'm above it, because I even told, like, my family, I'm like, listen, if I get, like, really, really down to, like, negative money, I'm gonna go to, like, Starbucks and get a job. I'm not gonna just, like, sit here and be like, I'm too good for working at the coffee shop. I'm too good for folding t-shirts at a retail store. I'm not above it. I just, realistically, you don't get benefits at those jobs, most of those jobs anyways. I know Starbucks does offer benefits, but you have to meet certain requirements, and right now during pandemic, I don't think that's as easy as it is outside of the pandemic. Customer service office work, kind of like an assistant. Yeah, I worked a few different positions when I worked in my office. When I first started there, I worked as staff in a relatively large clerical department, and basically I did manual filing, like paper filing. Like, they hated the fucking computers. I did a lot of computer stuff for them, even though I was not being paid to play IT person. I did lots of paper stuff. I did I prepped all the attorneys for court, or most of the attorneys for court. I didn't handle all of them because we had a lot of fucking attorneys. But I handled a lot. I did like 6 at a time usually. I did like all their schedule prep for each week. I like reviewed stuff with them, even though I'm not a paralegal. I did not do paralegal work. And that's the thing, is like all my friends refer me paralegal work. I'm not certified, and I also was never allowed to like do that in my firm, even though they kept like threatening me with it. They never actually gave me paralegal work. I did phones for a while, and phones for like 100 people is fucking too much for one person. Let's see, it's just me and my firm, so I have to do all of the bookkeeping and taxes, plus all of the calls, emails, advertising, admin, etc. Yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot for one person. And then I moved from doing clerical stuff to like being the head of the clerical department, which meant I was still doing most of the work because the people working under me did not do anything because they all just sat and watched Netflix all day. Which we've talked about this on stream before. If you suck enough wiener, then you don't have to work, but I was the one doing all the work for everybody. An 8-person team, and I was the only one doing the work. And then I moved out of that, and then I started doing incoming case prep, which meant that whenever a company sent us a case for a lawsuit, I was the person physically printing and building like 10,000 page files. So they don't send you it like in any kind of order. It's literally just like 10,000 random pages, and you go, oh, I need to like sort this by like each person that's involved in the lawsuit, by date, by doctor's office, by whatever, you know, by security office that was following them, by surveillance. So I did like all of that for a while, and then towards the very end of my time at the law firm, I ended up in the billing department, which wasn't accounting. We had an outside person handle accounting. Our firm did not have an internal accounting department or accountant. They paid an external accountant to do the actual accounting, but our billing department was me and 2 old ladies, and basically, uh-oh, my controller's getting wonky. Basically, they started teaching me how to do it all, and I was doing, like, I was trying to clean up basically, like, 11 years worth of backlogged mess from people who just didn't do their job correctly. So I was cleaning up backlog, and then we got a new boss during the, like, 2 months that I had just started in the department, and the new boss basically came in and demoted me to be her gopher, and I was no longer trained in any billing skills or accounting stuff or the software that we were using at the time that we were switching to. And they were just like, oh, well, I need you to go fax these papers, or I need you to, you know, go prep this PowerPoint presentation, or I need you to go call people and send out an email about a meeting. And it's like, I'm not your secretary. You, like, legally, she was not in a power position to demote me. And then so I gave my 2 weeks notice, and I told our actual boss, I was like, yeah, well, once I got demoted, I knew that I was stuck and I couldn't go anywheres, because there's no other places in the firm to, like, move up to from there. And my boss, like, looked at me with wide eyes and was like, demotion? What? This was never approved. And I said, oh, yeah. I said I was demoted to basically, like, the department bitch to do all of literally, like, the cleanup. And I'm not actually doing any accounting work or billing work. So I'm leaving. And that's why I left. Like, that was the final straw, was basically like, hey, we moved you all over the office. All over the office. And then we demoted you without permission to demote you. And we didn't tell the boss we demoted you, so you thought this was okayed by the people in charge, and we just did it on our own, and you have no chance of ever making any more money or getting any kind of, like, moving up the ladder. So I was like, okay, bye. So I can't even take, like, the time that I did in the billing department anywheres because I was never trained enough to take that experience. Let's see. I drown, so I procrastinate. Yeah, I mean, it's once you get overwhelmed, it is very hard to, like, play catch-up, especially if you're one person. Like, if you have a team, it's one thing. Like, you can spread out the work and assign it. But as somebody who worked in a huge office with, I'm talking, like, 100 people with 4 office locations, like, even then, like, people, they go, oh, well, if I don't do this, so-and-so will do this. Like, somebody will take care of it if I just slack off for the week or the month, or if I quit and don't come back to work tomorrow. And it's just not. It's just not. Like, anyone who ever left our office, like, quit or was fired, you would go to their desk to, like, collect their work, and you would find, like, boxes hidden in their drawers of, like, years of hidden work that they never did. And, like, you work in a law firm, my dude. Like, you you can't just not work for a year. You can't just hide paper for 6 months. Like, it was insane. Well, thank you, Iris. Yeah, I haven't really looked to go back to a law firm sort of setting, nor into an accounting job, just because, like, since I have no formal training, and I have no even on-site training really about it. And the software we did use was made by my boss. It wasn't even a software that's widely used, and it was horrible software. Move boxes of papers. I need to figure out what to do with out of view. Yeah, basically that was it. And we also found a lot of, like, weird things, like, boxes, like, whole notebooks, like, whole, like, office notebooks, like, steno pads, full of, like, obsessive poetry about other people in the office, or about, like, depressing poetry about, like, killing themselves. Like, I worked with a weird group. But yeah, I wouldn't willingly, like, hunt down a law firm job again. I started as the front desk, and now look at me. Actually, don't. I'm a gremlin today since I have no appointments. Oh. No. I mean, how do you even, like, aside from just, like, networking with people, like, how do you even, like, get new clients? Like, repeating clients, I get. Because it's, like, I look at me and my family, and, like, we've all gone to the same accountant, and then her daughter, when her daughter started her own firm, for years now. And it's, like, how do you even, like, unless you're, like, in the market for an accountant, like, how do you pick one versus another? Because there's probably lots of options out there, I'm sure. And it's, like, without word of mouth, like, how do you even know, like, oh, this person's crap, or this person's great, or this person's expensive, or an overpriced? It seems like a competitive market, I'd assume. Especially, like, with tax season, because so many places... I mean, I guess it depends state to state and city to city and area to area, but, like, here, you can go to any bank and have them file your taxes. Like, you don't need to have an accountant, unless you're, like, a business and you really don't know how to handle your own shit. Most people just go into, like, H&R Block or TD Bank or Bank of America, and they're like, file my taxes, and they do it. They just, like, put it in TurboTax for you, and they do it right there on the spot. Lots of options. I try to have a social media presence, and I have a Google page. Yeah, I mean, social media is a good thing, I guess. You can kind of get out there and hunt around. It's just, like, when I look for photo work, like, occasionally, I even just go on Twitter, and I type, like, looking for product photographer, or I'll type in, like, specific keywords just in Twitter search, and I'll look for people who are like, God, I fucking hate taking photos of my fucking shit for my Etsy store. Like, does anyone know a photographer? And I'll tweet the person, or, like, DM them and be like, hey, here's my website, here's some of my examples, like, if you want a cheap fucking product photographer remotely, hit me up, because I will seriously help you, like, and I haven't gotten any work from that yet, but it's like, I still do it, because you never know, one day somebody's gonna be like, oh, that's really cheap, like, that's really affordable, that's in my budget, I'll pay you to take this stress off my plate. Let's see, now that I have an actual location, I could in theory get foot traffic. Oh, that would be good, yeah. Obviously, foot traffic's always good if you've got a good location where people tend to be. I know where my accountant's office physically is. I don't think you would ever know there's an accountant there, because she's in a multi-story building, and she's on, like, the 3rd or 4th floor or something. And even the 3rd or 4th floor, it's just, like, a bunch of separate offices of a bunch of different businesses and independent people that do things, but they're all different jobs. So it's like, unless you're just happen to be there for somebody else, like, how would you even find that? Now, if you have, like, a storefront kind of place where it's like you can clearly see a sign or a window or a something, then that's great, because, like, here, I couldn't even imagine, like, aside from word of mouth, like, how you would find specific people outside of Google searching. And I would say, I always tell my friends this, if you have a business and you have business cards, send me business cards, man. Like, I'll put business cards in with all of my mail and shit, and to people I know that are looking for stuff. It's like April, even before she was a nonprofit and she, was just doing production, I was like, yeah, like, I can help take product photos, and I was doing her product photos before she was doing the nonprofit. And hopefully we'll resume doing product photos sometime this year, now that she's back on the soap grind. But it's like, yeah, that's like, we don't live in the same state as each other. I have no problems getting business cards from her and putting them in with, like, my outgoing mail, or to my friends who are like, ooh, I love this soap you gave me for Christmas. Where can I get more? And it's like, here's a business card. And maybe they don't ever buy it, and maybe they do. But I'm all about pimping it out. Let's see. Most of my business is friends and referrals from friends. I did join one networking group and have 2 initial consults next week from it. I also went to TwitchCon in 2017 and made a few connections, and lately one guy has been tossing clients at me. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, sadly, like, I mean, I'm sure most of the people that I know online know you, because most of my long-distance friends most of them are from RTX, so I think most of them are aware of you in some capacity, one way or the other. But yeah, like, I have no problem, like, dropping business cards places, or putting them in with my mail-outs for my shop or something. Because I had April send me business cards, and I was like, I'll put business cards in with my sales. Who the hell cares? Like, worst comes to worst, they throw it away. I'll never know because I sent it to them in the mail. But hopefully somebody somewhere will be like, hey, I got this random business card for an accountant, or for a soap maker, or for a whatever. Yeah. I mean, you can always hit me up, because I'm always down to help out if there's something I can do. Obviously, I don't have, like, a whole bunch of connections to, like, to boost you at. When I worked at the law firm, we had, like, a bulletin board in our lobby, because we were, like, in a downtown, you know, skyscraper building. But our lobby had a bulletin board, and I used to drop business cards on that bulletin board for people all the time. Like, when my mom first got a real estate license, I was like, give me business cards, I'll put them on the bulletin board. You never know. And, like, where my office was, like, we were across the street from $5 million apartments. Like, not a joke, $5 million. The cheapest ones were $800,000 to rent an apartment. So I'm like, people have money. Advertise where people have money. People are in this office, because we had, our building had other law firms and accountants and, like, big, I think The Rock used to come to our building to get his accounting done, if I'm not mistaken. Like, people saw him in the stairwell and, like, were screaming. And I'm like, I mean, people come to this building who have money. It's not a bad place to advertise if you have business cards. I don't work there anymore, though, so can't be sneaking up in the security booth fucking, because there was, you know, entrance security. But yeah, I used to do that for people. I used to be like, yeah, like, even my brother owns his own business. He does security, like, he does fingerprinting for, like, federal stuff. He does, he has 2 companies, technically. He owns, like, a small landscaping company, and he also owns a security company, and they do fingerprinting, and they do personal security, like bodyguarding and bouncing and all that kind of stuff, private party stuff. And they've done stuff for, like, you know, famous people, and they did security for, like, the stadium for the football games and all kinds of stuff. They do stuff for private communities, like gated communities. They provide security for, like, stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, give me a fucking couple of business cards. I'm like, again, I work where there's people with money. Like, this is the place to advertise. I have one semi-famous client. I'm good. LOL. Yeah. I mean, everyone's got taxes for the most part, unless you a scumlord. Then you don't have taxes because you are playing the game. Yeah, it's like I always like I was tempted before tax time this year to, like, if everyone in the house didn't, like, have the COVID thing, and then with the dog and everything, I probably would have looked for a new accountant this year, because, like, as a person who doesn't make a lot of money, it's hard to go to the accountant and drop hundreds of dollars just to file my taxes, because I don't have anything really to claim, you know? Like, I'm formally an S-Corp as a person. Let's see, I went viral recently, and I was like, okay, this is strange, I know them, and someone from RT just retweeted them. Oh, jeez. But yeah, like, I do need to, at some point, like, poke around, whether it's with you or elsewhere, because at least, obviously, I have, like, a year to do that, now that this year's taxes are already filed. But I'm like, it's hard to drop a bunch of money when you ain't making a bunch of money. Like, I know everyone's got to get paid, but I'm not getting paid, so it's hard to pay everyone else. And obviously, hopefully, sometime this year, I will either get a job or be able to up the freelancing gig a little bit. But yeah, I keep messaging people. I'm like, photos? People, you want photos? I'll do product photos. I can do product photos from my house. That I can do. It's like, I actually really like taking April's product photos. Like, I have a good rhythm down for it at this point. At least for her, like, basic stuff. I mean, I kind of like, I do one big setup. I shoot a whole bunch of stuff at once. And then I, like, take down the setup. I clean up. Because I don't have a studio, obviously. I work out of my house. And, like, I just sit down. I do all my editing in one go, usually. Or over in 2 days if it's a lot. I set up my Stream Deck for all of my main Photoshop shortcuts that I do for my editing. And then I'm like, I shoot them to her. And as long as everything's good, then we're good. And it's like, it's, you know, it's not rough on my end. Ugh, Gemma, please. Why you bark so much today? We went outside on stream break. Ooh, it is almost 5 o'clock. I probably should start to wrap it up. Because I'll probably end this at like 5. Yes, yes, we hear you. We all hear you, Gemma. We love you, but we hear you. Once I get the office all set up, I want to get photos for Google and websites on. Yeah. Yeah, man. Office pictures, like, I see so many people, and it's funny, because I also talk about this other, like, photo stuff with April. Because April hates shooting stuff, and I know it's not everyone's thing. But I always laugh because, like, every time I get an Uber or get delivery food, like, I always joke that the person's picture looks like a fucking mugshot, and it always does. It looks like, oh, this person just got out of prison. And it's like, here's their mugshot. They had no other photos or selfies or anything. And I'm like, why? I look like I feel like I'm about to get killed by this random stranger coming to my house. Can we take, like, even just a normal selfie? You don't have to look exciting or beautiful, like, but they always look like it's a mugshot. And I don't know if that's just the location thing. But, let's see. I lack gear, editing, software, time, etc. Yeah. Location photos are always one thing. Honestly, I mean, if you have a decent phone, you can probably take pretty decent pictures. It's just a matter of your lighting. Like, if you have really yellow lighting, if you can get natural lighting or white lighting, that'll help a huge amount. I mean, obviously, time is one thing. Editing software, I mean, there's free options out there that isn't, like, super difficult to use. I mean, I just use Photoshop because it's what I'm familiar with. I've been using Photoshop forever. Yeah. Even if you have, like, Windows and you can do, like, some natural lighting, that would help. There's lots of good, easy photo hacks. I will say, like, I set up, like, the most dumbass fucking rig you've ever seen. When I shoot April shop photos, like, so I shoot April's shop photos on a glass shelf in my bathroom above my toilet. No joke. It's a tiny little, like, 6-inch deep glass shelf. I clean everything off of it. I Windex the shelf. I clean it, make sure no dust or anything. I put out all of the props and everything. And then I take my desk lamp and I clamp it onto my bathroom door. And I plug it into the wall over my sink. And then I literally, like, adjust the lamp clamped to the door for my light. And it's a white light, very cheap desk lamp. And that's how I do my product photos for April shop. And it's like, you can't tell that I shot that on a tiny bathroom shelf above a toilet. You can't tell that the lighting that I'm using is like a $5 desk lamp from eBay. Like, you know, it's all about the editing at the end of the day and how you crop things. Oh my god, Gemma, please stop barking. I love you, but stop. The truth is I'm lazy. I just throw money for... Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that either, you know? Like, there's nothing wrong with paying a professional or even somebody that just has the time or the resources to do a job. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that at all. And no shame there. Because, I mean, that's why people have different jobs. If you can... Even if you go to, like, the local college and go to, like, a photography student and be like, hey, I'll pay you X amount of dollars to come shoot my office for the day, and they come and do an hour or two of photos and editing, I mean, hey, it's less work for you. I always just laugh because a lot of people always want photos for free. That was something that I ran into a lot when I worked at the office, was that my big boss, so when the first time that I started at the office, no joke, was 3 days before the biggest office party of the year. So I not only wasn't, like, I didn't have benefits or anything because I hadn't been there for my trial period of 90 days. I didn't have a full workload even because I was in training. And they were like, third day, biggest party, everyone's drunk, everyone's coked out, and don't even know anyone's name. Like, I literally am just, like, alone in the corner like a weirdo at an office party, at a public place, mind you, not in the office. And I was like, I asked my boss, I said, hi, I don't know what you guys do at your office party, and obviously I don't know anyone, and I don't drink either, so open bar means nothing to me, but I was like, can I, like, do you guys need photos for, like, the website or for the blog or anything? And he was like, oh, yeah, you can take photos if you want. That's fine, because usually people just take, like, selfies, you know, with their cell phones and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'm actually trained. I went to school for photography, so I actually can take decent photos. And so the first week of me working there, I was, like, drunk, the sober person at the drunk party, taking pictures of people I didn't know, and I think people thought I was a hired photographer, like, that I didn't work there because nobody knew me. And that was literally, like, 3 days into me working there, and then I gave all the photos to my boss, and he posted them all on the private server for everyone to have, like, copies of, and everyone was like, wow, you take this, like, everyone, these pictures are so good, blah, 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 and then everyone was like, can you photo shoot my family? Can you do family reunion photos? Can you do my wedding photos? Can you do my birthday party photos? Like, literally anything under the sun. Can you come to this baby shower? And then I'd be like, okay, how many days is it? How many hours? Like, where is it? Is it in the county? And they would tell me, like, oh, it's an hour and a half away. It'll be 3 days long. It would be from, like, you know, 8 a.m. to, like, 10 p.m. And I'd be like, okay, here's a price. And mind you, I was lowballing hard because I was like, I just wanted photo work. I was giving them super cheap prices, like cheaper than any professional photographer would charge. And they all were like immediately frowned and would be like, oh, never mind. And I'm like, you think I'm going to come spend 4 days with your family and work 12-hour days for free? If you can't pay me $100, you're not getting professional photos. You're just gonna deal with people and their bad selfies and their bad Instagram posts. Oh yeah, so the whole 5 years I worked there, I would say at least once a week I got asked for photos of something. Whether it be portraits or headshots or photos of birthday parties, anything. I got offered probably every type of photo job you could think of. Even things that I was shocked to be offered. And after I named a price, no matter how cheap it was, whether it was $50, whether it was $100, whether it was $200, not a single person in 5.5 years actually followed through and offered me the job after hearing a number. I'm like, you people make 6 figures, and you think I'm gonna work for free? I'm like, you're a fool. I'm like, I'm not coming to hang out at your wedding for free. I'm like, if you hire any wedding photographer, you're looking at thousands of dollars. I'm giving you less than $1,000 for a couple of hours of shooting. I'm like, and editing. I'm like, you crazy. Yeah, people don't take our job seriously. Exactly. And I'm like, listen, I had to pay for a degree. Y'all ain't getting the work for free. Like, it'd be one thing if this was a hobby and I was just like a friend of the family. Because, like, I shot my mom's wedding, you know. Like, that was one thing. She didn't want to pay for a photographer. She couldn't really afford it. And I was like, you know, back then I was just like, yeah, like, I'll take pictures when I'm not, like, in the ceremony, because I was in the ceremony. I'm like, I'll take pictures at the reception. I'll have my friends take pictures and send them to us, you know, because then you get a bunch of different photos of different times with different people in them. And I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. That's my mother, though. You people are not my mother. I'm not related to you. I don't owe you free 3 days worth of labor. Yeah, that's people who know me for tax services. They want free tax advice, so they get vague answers. You get what you pay for. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't mind helping out. Like, it's one thing, like, oh, you want, like, a quick, decent picture at a party? That's different. But you're asking me to literally do labor, like, actual hours or days worth of work, or hours worth of editing. Like, you're on crack if you think I'm doing that for free. So, nowadays, like, you know, obviously, I don't do that. I do it for very close friends or family. Like, when I go to conventions, like, yeah, I'll take portraits of people in cosplay, or, you know, I'll tell them, you know, oh, you know, I'll post it on Twitter if you want it, or I'll put it up on Google Drive if you don't want it public, or if you want it, you can email me, whatever. Like when I PA'd for Adam and Grace, like I always did shoots with Grace and her cosplays, and I always sent her them, and it's like, I don't expect her to pay me. It's like, that's like shooting with friends and stuff. Like, I'm not gonna say, oh, that'll be $150, please, for 15 minutes of editing, and it's like, no, like, here's your photos, have fun, but I know you. You're not a stranger asking me to spend 15 hours, and I'm doing it because I want to do it, not because you asked me to do it. Because it's like, I always loved doing con photography, and actually, outside of RTX, before I ever went to an RTX, I used to work at local conventions, and I wasn't a PA, I was actually media at the local conventions, and I worked for the local newspaper, for our big local newspaper, and my friend was a writer and an editor there, and basically they would send her to events and be like, okay, you know, make sure to interview so many people, or get so many video segments, or, you know, do audio recordings, or take photos, blah, blah, blah. My friend didn't even own a camera. Like, what was she recording or taking pictures with? Her phone? Like, back then, we're talking pre-2014. So, phone cameras weren't that great back in the day. And we're talking newspaper and online newspaper, you know, websites and stuff. And she would be like, hey, I'm going to talk to my boss. If you want to come shoot the con and, like, record the interviews and stuff, you can, you know, we'll get you freelancer pay. And I'd be like, okay, cool. And the first time they were like, oh, we'll see what happens, like, how your work is. Okay, fine, whatever. They don't know me. So, they didn't pay me, and they were just like, we'll cover your expenses of going. Like, basically, they paid for my con pass. And I'm like, okay, it's the first time they've done it. I'll allow it because I enjoy going to the cons, and I got to dress up, and I got to meet a whole bunch of famous people and do fun things and hang out after the convention. So I'm like, that's fine. I'll take it. You know, they're putting my name on the photos, at least on the website, so I'm getting some exposure from it as well. I'm getting some perks. And then the next year they were like, oh yeah, like you can come back and do it or whatever. And then again, they not only refused to pay me, they put somebody else's name on all the photos. And then the Chicago Tribune stole those photos that I took from the local newspaper, put them on their website, and tagged their photographer for the photos. And when I contacted them to have it either retracted or to have it corrected, they refused. And I was like, well, that's the last time I'm shooting for the newspaper. And I never shot for the newspaper again, and I just went to cons and shot for myself. It's like, nope, I'm good. I'm good. If you're either not gonna pay me or you're not gonna credit me, then fuck this. Because at least the credit gets eyes on it. Because they used to do, like, TV segments with the cosplayers. And they would be like, go find us cool cosplayers. And I would wander around the con and grab people and be like, hey, I really love your cosplay. Do you want to be on TV? We're interviewing cosplayers about their cosplay. And literally, they would come over to a little booth, and I would take pictures of them posing, or with, you know, we'd have celebrities come over and do, like, little interviews and stuff. And it was like, oh my god, like, I'm not even getting paid for this, and I'm fully doing somebody's job. Like, let's see, I could sue people for my friends pro bono. Yeah, I mean, I was young, and at the time I was still in college, so I was like, hey, like, it's not like I'm getting a full-time photography gig, but I was like, at least I can go to a con for free, because cons here are not cheap, and they're not in the same area as where I live. Like, I have to travel for them, so you're also paying to commute, or for a hotel, and they were like, yeah, we'll pay for you to go to the con, and maybe we'll pay you freelance if we use your photos. And then they used my photos and didn't pay me, and I was like, fuck this shit, I'm done. Like, I give up. Oh my god, Gemma, you're driving me insane. I can hear you through my headphones, like you're in my ear. But yeah, so I stopped doing con photos for the local cons because of that. And I've done other event photography for the newspaper as well, in that same time window. Like, I got to go to an invite-only, like, celebrity tier Absolute Vodka party for a big artist release thing. And there was, like, it was like something out of a weird movie. Like, I had never been to a thing like that before. It was, like, in a warehouse district in South Miami, and there was, like, nothing but rich people there, and, like, I just, like, walked in and did, like, videos and photos and stuff while my friend did interviews, and it was so fucking strange. Didn't get paid for that, and I don't like parties, and I don't drink, and I don't do drugs, so it's not really my scene, but I was like, cool, I get to go to an art event, and, you know, whatever. It's like, my friend was always good about crediting me, and cringeworthy as fuck, so I won't link it, but there are some of my old, video interviews are still on YouTube that were never taken down by the newspaper. They're still up, which is hilarious, from, like, you know, 8 fucking years ago or something. whole thing was just, that was all very weird. It was a weird point in my life. But so when I first applied to be a Guardian at RTX, I'm gonna need that link. Actually, I think I might have tweeted it to my friend who did the interviews. I'm not in front of the camera, mind you. I'm holding the camera. So you don't see any of my awkward interactions. You only see my friend. And my friend is, you know, she's lovely. She actually still works in, like, TV and film. She went from working at our local newspaper, she moved to New York. She worked for a bunch of huge productions. Most recently, she worked for TV Guide. She was, like, the red carpet interview, going to, San Diego Comic-Con and interviewing on the red carpet. And she's interviewed, like, every fucking famous person on Earth, it feels like. She recently moved to LA, and now she's doing interviews for another publication, as of recent. So she's the one on camera, but it's like, you know, you can tell that, like, we're young when we were doing this. It is not, like, great. But it was, like, for the teen version of, like, the teen section of the newspaper. It was what it was aimed at. But there's so many interviews that we did that they did not ever post, and I think they were too offensive because the guests were, like, very... Mind you, these cons were not, like, great level cons. These were, like... It was hot and sweaty inside. It was, like, literally 100 fucking degrees in the building. So imagine being just as hot inside a con as you are outside a con with a bunch of sweaty nerds who don't wear deodorant or shower. It was not a fun time. I'm wearing cosplay and shit. So the guests were always miserable. It was hot. A lot of the fans were young. Like, it was the average age was probably 16 for the audience. So, you know, a lot of cringy, you know, young interactions, awkward interactions with the guests and stuff. So I think a lot of guests were just miserable by the time they got to interview section, and a lot of them took it like a champ, but then some of them were just like, they would go off, and then the people we sent the interview videos to, like, just never posted them. And there were some really good ones. I don't know if I have them backed up somewhere because they're so old, but I probably have them on an external hard drive somewhere. And it's like, oh man, some of the shit I got to sit through just holding the camera, trying not to laugh, like, or actually laughing, or the people, like, would be, you know, I'm behind the lens as my friend's doing this interview, and the people are, like, looking at me and, like, being like, right? And I'm like, oh, please don't act like I'm here. I'm just the tripod for this camera. Like, oh, please don't involve me in this interview. I technically don't even work for this publication. It was always so funny. Gemma, I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna lose it in a second. Gemma, please. I love you, but stop. God damn. I love you, please. Dog is just barking in the hallway, and it's just, like, shattering my eardrums one bit at a time. What? What? I don't have anything for you. It's what time? It's not time for you to eat. It's only 5. You're fine. You're not gonna die. Good lord. Yeah, I've had a lot of interesting con experiences in my many years of working at cons. But when I first applied for RTX, I actually did apply for con photographer, not knowing that they kind of already had, like, a go-to team. Because at that time, they still offered it as, like, a position on the Guardian application, which I was like, oh, cool, like, they're looking for photographers. I'm like, I shoot cons. I've done this. I'm a professionally trained photographer. This is a shoo-in. Obviously, that's not where I ended up, and that's fine. But I was like, oh. And it's like, and I applied for the job that Wes ended up getting, which is funny. It's like, oh, another Floridian got the same gig. I'm like, that's odd. I'm getting phone calls. Here, we've hit that part of the stream where the phone things... I have feelings about that whole thing. Yeah. I mean... It's all whatever. I mean... I laugh because, like, I don't go to the local cons almost ever because, A, they're not close to my house. It is a little bit of a trek. And they're run like shit. They are run really bad. Like, they are... Like, there was one year where people literally were standing outside. We're talking July, peak summer in Florida. And the difference between South Florida and Austin in July is that, yeah, it might be 115 in Austin and 115 here. But we also have 100% humidity in hurricane season. So you stand outside for 8 hours to get into a con that you pre-ordered a ticket to. Oh, people were losing it. The fucking whole convention center had our line wrapped around the outside to get in one year. And people were fucking, like, ready to riot. And I'm like, yep, I'm so glad I skipped this con, because it runs like shit, and I would not want to be dealing with this as an attendee in a cosplay, sweating my ass off, trying to get into the building. Like, move the line inside. It's in a ginormous convention center. There is room for people to queue on the inside of the building. So, you know, all cons are different. I'm not a fan of local cons. I haven't gone to one in a number of years. I think I last went maybe 2018. I went with my brother for one day. My brother's a big anime fan, so our cons locally are very anime themed. So he has more of stuff of his up his alley to go to than me as somebody who's not big on anime. Um, so I don't really go out of my way to go to them. We used to have a small comic convention locally. It moved to Orlando. That's 4.5 hours away. Our furry convention is 4.5 hours away. Our horror convention is 4.5 hours away. Pretty much we have anime conventions by me, and they're like about 45 minutes to an hour away, and it's just not worth it. And they're run like crap, and there's just always problems. Like, one year they didn't have badges for the attendees. Like, you got there, and they're like, sorry, we don't have any badges left. It's like, I pre-ordered. How do you not have a badge for me? Like, how did you outsell your badges? So they had, like, those little paper bracelets they give you that, like, rip real easy, and you can obviously slip it off and give it to somebody. And I'm like, cool, so I paid $100 for a paper bracelet that I could have picked up out of a garbage can. Like, wow. Bad cons. I have gone to great cons, and I've gone to shit cons. And I know that RTX has had its troubles, but boy, I'll tell you, compared to here, 10 out of 10 RTX experience. Dragon Con, 10 out of 10 experience. Cons anywhere's not here, 10 out of 10 experience. Even Orlando. I've never had problems at cons in Orlando, even. And I've stayed at, like, hotels where there's no elevators and it's 120 degrees in your fucking bedroom and shit. But the cons, always good. Like, I've gone to Star Wars Celebration and shit. Good times, good times. I used to, in high school, I used to go with my friends to anime conventions in Orlando. Because there are bigger, better run ones there. But I haven't gone to any of those since high school, so a long time. Anyways, this has been Con Talk. My phone is getting non-stop phone calls, so I'm assuming the world is ending. I'm gonna see if anyone's online to raid real quick. Let's see. Who is online? Who is online? Who is this? No, we're not gonna do that. Let's go. Just says music. That's kind of generic. We're gonna raid somebody streaming some music stuff, which I think they're DJing, which I don't even know how that's, like, legal on Twitch anymore, but I'm not against it. As long as they're not getting in trouble. That's their business. As always, thank you all for joining me and for our random rambles here on stream. I don't know why Ooblets always stops when it's windowed, but if you're looking for VODs, they're all on my Ko-fi, which is linked in chat. If you're looking for any of the charities on the Tiltifies that are on screen, again, the links are all here in chat as well. If you want to join our anime book club over on Ko-fi, the March series are Skullface, Bookseller Honda-san, and Lovely Complex, which is a favorite of mine. They're both on Crunchyroll, so it's free. You don't have to pay for Netflix or anything. I will say, I posted this on Twitter. There is an anime coming out on Netflix for April that is going to be on the book club. It will not be mandatory. None of these are ever mandatory. You can pick and choose what you want to watch. I know not everything is for everyone. There is one, gonna go fight with a tax return now. Have fun with the tax returns, Iris. Thanks for hanging out today. There's gonna be a Netflix anime coming out in April that I really want to do for the book club because it looks fucking hysterical. It's that, the House Husband Yakuza one. I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but I'm gonna do that and another one. So those are gonna be 2 for April. So if you don't have Netflix, don't worry about it. You won't miss out. We'll still do a second series that will be free to access. But you can join our anime book club. And otherwise, we're going to go ahead and raid DJ Jason. And hope everyone has a good afternoon. And I'll see you probably on Monday. If I can squeeze in a weekend stream, I will tweet about it. Bye, y'all.